Through the good and the bad, always remember to smile. When times get tough and you feel alone or confused, pick up the phone and call someone you love. Always put God first and love yourself before you love anybody else. This game called life can be real shitty at times. It can get real gritty, but it's up to us to stick together and help each other strive and live for greatness. This isn't just your regular podcast. Welcome to the jungle. Welcome to the struggle. Welcome to new beginnings. Welcome to this game called life.
Today is an unorthodox episode.
We got one,
but it's a legendary one amongst the most. My introduction to these two beautiful souls here to the right came about, I want to say, 10 years ago.
Yeah, approximately. Yep.
I was at Sheridan College. That's how I know I was like 21, 22. Because during dumb times, I was doing my hip hop thing. Yeah. I was known as Capo, Cappuccino. They used to call me Capo. So
money.
Yeah.
That's who I know.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. After money? Yo, I have to pull it up. I got to pull it up because you know what? After money, all right? The link up came with a ref.
Yes.
And Dell.
Shout out
to the Mojabes. Shout out to the Mojabes. And the ref is doing such big things. I should get him on the party.
A ref.
Shout out to a ref, man. Big legendary shit right there. And you know what? I really did start. A ref did a video of mine too, Roll Up.
Yeah. That
low key, and you guys don't even know. And this is actually like a proud statistic that I have. Roll Up, I posted on SoundCloud. It has over 100K views on, or not views, plays.
Listen, yeah.
Plays on it. So that that was sick for me. Over 100,000 spins. But like, you know, so when I talk to people and they're like, yo, like what's like something I don't know or like a random thing about it? I'm like, yo, I have a song on SoundCloud that has over 100,000 plays on it.
I got spins.
Which
100K.
Yeah, I got spins.
That's blast, bro.
But so a ref, I was bubbling in Sheridan College doing my thing, doing the music like I always did, but I was taking it more seriously and dumb times, and I linked up with a ref, and he was like just first doing his like videography editing thing, logos and stuff, kind of like you, and we went to a house party, and then it was at Dell's house party where, boom, I meet you. I don't know if you were there. I don't think you were there.
I definitely wasn't. I met you through him. But I got to big up a ref for that because it's coincides with
exactly.
Each other.
And then after that, we linked. Energies was just out the roof. One of those organic things. And you guys know I'm a very organic person. I don't.
We
force.
can agree on that.
Yeah, like I don't force nothing. You know what I'm saying? And when my energy coincides with another person's energy, it's immense, and it could kind of really like, you know, create fireworks in a way where that's where our connection started. And then I met Rez through you. You know what I'm saying? And then that kind of all came about everything else. So first and foremost, thank you so much for joining me today, and you can formally introduce yourselves.
Well, first off, thank you for having us. I know you're about to say the same thing.
Man. Thanks for having us. I mean, kick it off. I'm Trey Starks. That's it.
What do you do, Trey Starks? What is it that you do? Who you is?
AKA Trey Electronica.
AKA Trees. AKA Mr. Starks.
AKA Airborne Aquarium.
AKA Trizzy. Yo, you're
AKA that guy.
That guy.
That's crazy. Y'all wild. Yeah. But man, into visual arts, digital arts, UX design education, anything in visual arts, digital arts in that area, I'm here for it.
Love it.
Photography, and I felt like in the last little bit the last 10 years, just been really running into it, and I kind of want to, I guess, share some of the experiences that I had with like the youth. Like I always wished when I was younger, I had someone
like you
did it. Like, you know what I mean? To tell me like, hey, like focusing on this, or like you have all these ideas, really tap in here or tap in there to like, you want to be a jack of all trades, but really be great at one thing that it is. So focus in on something. Cause like, I felt like I was just tapping in so many different places and it was like, it was fun. But now I'm like, okay, focus, like find an avenue where you like really need to zone in on and like be great at that.
That's perfect that you mentioned that, because I try to tell my nieces and my nephews who are now hitting their 14s, 15s, which are, those are the mega years.
Mega.
And
very.
I tell them to find something that they're passionate about and focus on it. Mm-hmm. Because I feel like you see, with the TikToks and the Instagrams, you see so much things going on. And I tell them, like, once you focus on something for so long, what is it like? I think it's like something like 10 years or 8 years. If you
10,000 hours,
10,000.
which is basically 8, 9, 10 years of 6 hours a day. I did my math on that before.
Right. So that you become a master at it.
Absolutely.
Right. So I feel like, that's a great point to bring up to the youth out there, and to anybody for that matter. It can even be me, because like I feel like I need to do that too. Because no matter age, nor race, nor creed, we don't put anything like that. I want to put together information and values and things in life that people could kind of relate to on the other side when they're looking or hearing my podcast. And yeah, that's a big message to the youth, because sometimes they don't even know what's going on. Yeah. And they're so lost in the sauce, I feel, of like social media and stuff that, you know what I mean?
They don't have the street sense that we were blessed to have, because so much is at their disposal now, right? So that's why they need a teacher like him.
Right.
And we talked about that. Remember I was saying about how, imagine having a teacher like this guy when you're that age, like when you're younger or whatever.
But hold on a minute. Who are you, man?
Who's the guy?
Who's this guy?
Who's the guy to the far right?
Can we find out who this guy
My name is Jed Bushler. I played for the Chicago Bulls.
He's the energy guy. So let's introduce yourself. You have many names as well.
Yeah, I guess you could call me
Mr. 12 for 12. They don't know about that. People don't know about that. I don't know if you know about Mr. 12 for 12, but Mr. 12 for 12 came from, he dropped 12 mixtapes in 12 months. Every month, drop a mixtape. Mr. 12 for 12.
That was a lot of work, yeah. Yeah, so Mr. 12 for 12, thanks for always giving me my credit for that.
I gave you your credit.
People big me up here and there and whatever, but
you're ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, let's lay his flowers down, man.
No, you're
off the big ting.
I appreciate it a lot, because the work that it took to do that shit was mad crazy. But my name is Ryan, aka J Rock, aka Rizzy, aka Tafkar, the artist formerly known as Rez Raida. Tafkar. I've never revealed that.
As a dude,
and that might be the new AK.
And what are some of the things you're into, and what do you do, and what are you passionate about?
My most passionate thing is just obviously entertaining and making people smile and be happy. And like you were talking about, having those uncomfortable conversations to bring out whatever truths and help people move on from all the trauma we've gone through and try to have more prosperity and peace and righteousness. And that's my main goal, is just making people smile and have a good time. And
I love that.
Whatever I do, that's my job, is to not judge nobody and try and provide people with support and love. That's what I do.
I love that, man. Let's give a little round of clap to that. Also, a sick barber.
Thank you, sir.
Barber Green.
That's J-Rock. That's why I had to drop.
Yeah, so
J-Rock.
you see the fresh line, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know who to go to, you know what I mean? That's a free promo for you, too.
I appreciate it.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you have the great scalp there, no hairline is missing. It's all blessed. It's like you make the haircut look good. So you got to pick up
brother.
yourself.
Thank you, man.
And the lineup complements the Cartier frames.
Like he's from Detroit and shit.
Just looking like a real Detroit player.
Yeah,
just T Grizzly would be jealous.
Yo, just something real light. You know what I'm saying? Just something real light. Sometimes you gotta treat yourself when you work so hard. You gotta treat yourself. This is what this is. This ain't nothing. I'll throw these and step on the ground right now, but you know what I'm saying? It's more of just like I work hard, play hard. You know what I'm saying? And I'm someone like just you guys. We kind of just come from very humble beginnings. I wouldn't say nothing because I came from a lot of love.
We all did. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So, and see, that's a mindset thing, right? And I really try to preach the mindset thing. Like, I could have easily said, "Oh, I've come from nothing. I come from the dirt. Come from the mountains." I come from a lot, because there's somebody who's living in front of the apartment that I'm staying at right now underneath the bridge. Whether the decision is on them, because I always do feel like there's a choice, but at the end of the day, it could always be worse. Like, I have a home that I can go to. I have a car that I can go into. I have gas in my car to get me where I need to go. And I have whether it's $100 in my pocket to buy my dinner for the night, or whether it's $100 million, it will never change me or who I am. And I think that's the same thing that you guys also have inside of you guys, which I feel like why we all connect on a certain way.
For sure.
So going off of that, how was your upbringing? And kind of just maybe let the people know, where, like, born here, raised here, your area, how it was growing up compared to now. Let's just tap into that on each of your sides.
Yeah, it's dope. Like, even mentioning it, I started smiling, like, thinking about it. You know what I mean? And it's like, so my parents, both my parents are from Guyana. So my mom, basically, she came here first. She had the opportunity to come here. I think it was some program, like working as a nanny or something. Right. And she had the opportunity to come here. So she came, set up shop, did her thing, started to thrive. And then, started sending for, like, my dad, my aunt.
Exactly how my mom did it. She came over and then brought my father over.
Yeah, same, right? And then from there, they started to build. So it's like, if my mom didn't make that decision, you know what I mean, to take that chance or take that opportunity, like, you're going to a new country, like, you're leaving everything that you knew, you're definitely stepping outside of your comfort zone. And to think about all those changes, because it's like, now I'm here, my cousins, like my younger cousins, like, they're in school and everything, and, like, they have kids. It's like making that jump, like, all the opportunities that you were given to all of us, even like her nephew that was able to come here, like, the opportunities that he was able to have. To have a family and to provide for them.
That's like the immigrant story, right? That's like the immigrant story. Like, the same thing happened with me and our family. We were born here. Were you born here?
I was born here.
Yeah. So I was born here, but same type of scenario where, that's a lot. That's a lot of pressure to bring over.
Also, the butterfly effect. Like, it's crazy how, like, when you find out your origin stories, and usually we only know 1 or 2 generations of our origin stories. It's very rare you get more of that. And it's like, when you find out where you come from, you're like, holy shit.
Right.
Like, it's like a whole bunch of lotteries. Like, in order for it to happen, this has to, like, it's pretty insane how we got even to this moment, right? So
that's a teleportation exists mentality.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I feel like you're very spiritual in that sense. And anytime that I've ever talked to you, you've had like such like a in-depth look on that situation, like energies and all that good stuff. Where did that start for you, or how was that like instilled in you?
I think that was instilled in me just being an only child, and like, a lot of us have the single mother story, or different circumstances. But for me, I think that being alone had a lot to do with my creativity and my just adjusting to moments and understanding, like, every circumstance is unique and you have to adjust on the fly at all times. And when you're an only child, you have no one to. There's no one. You know? And then me, not obviously, I was telling you about my dad earlier.
Right.
There was a Jonathan Taylor Thomas movie back when I was like 9 or 10 years old called Man of the House.
Okay.
And I remember when it dropped, I was watching the movie. I'm like, that's me. Because he didn't have his dad, and he took on the mentality of a father, Right. So I feel like intuitively you just naturally kind of gain that spirituality, because my mom always preached to me, love everybody, treat everyone
Right.
equally, all that stuff.
Right.
So
That's what my mom did too.
I didn't. All of our parents. And
Yeah,
I didn't
all of
miss.
our parents.
I didn't miss any lessons because of that.
Mm-hmm.
So if it was a stranger speaking or an associate, a friend, a family member, like there was always a way to like learn something from someone and take it forward and teleport it and learn a lesson from it. So I think me being alone, like being an only child, and also the fact that my mom was very accepting of everyone, I was able to like, okay, my one friend is this, my other friend is this, he's this. They're all different religions, but they're all my friends.
Right.
So from that's where the spirituality comes from, is like my mom always told me to accept everyone. I'm not religious at all.
Right.
I study religions, but I'm not religious. I'm
Right.
spiritual. How could I segregate someone based off of anything? That I wasn't taught that way. My grandfather fought for this country, World War II and everything.
Okay.
And we found out he was an Irish immigrant. He was an Irish orphan.
Okay.
So it's like he fought for this country with a name that wasn't his. My last name, Charlebois, is not even, he's an Irish orphan. He was just given that name because he went to a middle-class family.
Okay.
So the rich families would let you keep your last name, McMillan or McGrady,
Yeah.
whatever random basketball player I'm about to shout out, which is the irony of everything. But I just feel like me, being an only child and my mother always telling me to love everyone and treat everyone equal, treat others how you want to be treated. I think that's how I got that mentality,
I like that, man.
or
So
like
hold
the
on,
foundation of it.
So you Irish?
I did the test.
Yeah, I was about to say, did you do the test?
We did the test because of all the family history. So
yeah.
I'm French Canadian, but once we found, like, it was always a rumor in the family, but you could never confirm it. So
Yeah.
my mom and I got it done. My mom was like 48% Irish. I was like 23%.
I know. I got some black in me.
Yeah, you gotta.
I always tell people.
I swear to God.
But like, yo, I got some black in me too. I'm not even trying to, you know what I'm saying? I got some black in me.
Yeah, I
you know
do
what I'm
too.
saying?
I do too.
But-
Above the waist.
Yeah, see, well, like I feel like with me, well, my mom, see, because
I'm an idiot.
everyone would know, but no, it's hilarious because I always say that joke and people be like, oh, like yeah, below the waist, but like, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing all right, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing all right in that department, you know what I mean? And you got ask, you know what I'm saying?
Make some noise for that. Let's make
Ask
some
your
noise.
girl about it. And you ask my girl about it. But at the end of the day, like my mom never knew her father.
Okay.
My mom never knew her father, and my mom, for Colombian, she's very dark. She's dark. She has a very dark skin complexion, and like my dad, is more white complexion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what I know of is that I think my grandfather on my mom's side was black.
Yeah.
In Colombia, and it might have been even a little native. So I actually want to do the ancestry test because I think that if my grandfather was native, but that wouldn't work. I wouldn't be able to get my taxes written off in here. It needs to be First Nations native.
Canadian native. Yeah,
Canadian
rather
native.
than you're probably as of like South American native, like
Yeah,
where a
it'd be
lot of that stuff comes
it'd
from.
be straight South American native.
Yeah.
I mean, I technically I don't know the technicality of that, so we're gonna give it the benefit of the doubt.
We'll get the benefit of the doubt. I honestly, I just want to do my ancestry test just because,
Yeah.
just to see. You know what I'm saying? Well,
It's
you must be
interesting.
straight African. I know.
Like,
Ghana.
Who knows though?
Oh, he's definitely got Indian in him for
Okay.
sure, along with Africa.
Because like the whole Egypt
Yeah, everything
turning
you don't
into
know.
Africa type of thing. Like I don't know. I'm kind of referred to Game of Thrones. I don't really know.
Even like in
I need
Guyana,
to-
too,
I
it's
need
like-
to-
Don't you guys want to know what my test came back as for ancestry?
Fucking-
I gotta break down the.
You said a little Irish, little
So
Newfie.
No,
Yeah, a little Irish, a little Newfie. Fam.
maybe some Newfie, but they didn't tell me that. But no, it was the Irish to confirm grandfather was Irish. But then I had like Portuguese and Spanish in me. I had Scandinavian in me. I had
the
Irish-
Iberian Peninsula. like-
Iberian Peninsula. That's what I told
Yo,
them.
where's
It's called
that?
that's Spain and Portugal. It's called the Iberian Peninsula. That's what they tell you on the test. Like I was 7% that. So I mean, it is interesting. It's also like how much of it is cap. Because we got an email 2 months ago. Like my
Well,
mom,
you have to pay
she's-
for it, no?
You do, but then they tell us, "Oh, you're 2% Russian." Like 3 years later, like in an email. That's weird.
Oh, really? Really? They did that to you?
They did that to us.
All I really know is, yo, listen, man. My mom
They
from
did that.
Medellin, Colombia, and then my dad. God rest his soul. I love you, pops. I'm literally
Please
doing
love
this
Pops.
podcast shit for him. You know,
God bless him.
Medellin, Colombia, baby. So we're like in the trenches.
One of my best friends is half Mexican, half Colombian.
Yeah, we ain't full, you ain't full Colombian. You know
Hey,
what I'm
man, he's
saying?
got a little bit of greatness on both sides,
You know what I'm saying?
man.
I know, but
Marmar, I love you.
when it comes to Colombia, I don't know. I feel like it's not whatever. Call me what you want. You know what I'm saying? Just don't call me collect because I ain't gonna answer it. It's more of a fact
I
that,
love that.
it's more of a fact that like
That was
you know
smooth, G.
when
I
it
like
comes to
that.
South America, Colombia's at the top, tippity top when it comes to everything. Holla at me.
Cartagena.
Come on, Medellin. What do you want? We're like anything you need. And you know what? me and my family, we just bought 2 acres of land out there.
That's beautiful. Congrats.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a big thing.
Yes, big bangs.
You know what I'm saying? So
Big Bang Theory.
we came from a long way, man. We came from, rich black government housing all the way to me being a homeowner at 25, to me selling my first home, to me now buying some property in another country. So, I mean, like, listen, and I ain't really, I ain't really nothing. I just hard,
Waited for it. Let
just
that-
hard work.
That's it.
And I just always have like loved, you know what I'm saying, everybody for who they are.
Yeah.
Sometimes even more than I love myself, man. And we were talking about it earlier, I'm a lover boy. And I feel like sometimes
Certified.
yeah, like I feel like I need to be in love. But then there's obviously some cons to that, right?
Right.
And we were discussing.
Right.
And so when it comes down to love, all right, Chicka Trey, what's your, what's your ultimate like conception when it comes to love and as far as Trey, and how are you doing in that department right now, man?
Shiza.
Cause like yo, like you have like your little podcast, like her Call Her Daddies, and they're females, right? Like my girl listens.
Alexandra Cooper.
Yeah, my girl listens to Call Her Daddy, and sometimes I even call, and they talk. They just talk their talk.
Yeah.
Mud.
So it's just like, yo, we need to just talk our talk when it
Didn't she
comes
get like
down
a 60
to
M's
love.
or something?
Man, listen,
She got some crazy bag.
I'm on
about
my
3
way
months
to
ago.
her.
Yeah, you are.
like not to her, you know what I'm saying?
To
But
the
like,
bag. To the bag.
to the
You know
bag,
what I'm
like,
saying? Yes.
and listen, when I see someone like, she's on her, she's making bags off of it. I'm like, yo, listen, where's my bag at?
Right. Let me get in this.
Yeah, let me just get it. But yeah, so love from Trey's point of view, man. How is that for you?
Yo, honest. Okay. All right.
We all start off by laughing. All the guys always start off by laughing.
I'm laughing. Okay, here it is.
Shit, love, nigga. Love. Nah, I don't believe in love, nigga.
Really, Trey? This is what you think of love? You just laugh? Anything you gonna say to me now on? I
it's
saw
gonna
it,
get
Trey.
taken out of
I saw what you did with your friends.
I saw it. I heard it.
saw it,
Yeah.
You know, but-
That was before you, baby.
Yeah, that was before.
a
That was
time.
that
That
was
was
after.
recorded 3
I had
weeks
the
ago.
Belly jersey on. You've never seen this jersey. It's the old time. Honestly, yes. From experience, going through it, communication key,
Communication,
empathy is key.
empathy, what that you don't have. You don't have. We'll talk about that. Well, no, I mean like empathy, but
That's
because
my number one trait.
well, I mean like because you're saying that you had, and I can't. Whatever. We're all men. We're talking in podcast
For
for
sure,
we're talking-
empathy is easy to talk about. It's easy to say. It's easy to say you're going to do it, but it's very hard
To execute.
to execute
Yeah,
because
very hard.
putting yourself in someone's shoes at a certain point where, let's say, they've done something that you totally do not agree with,
Right.
and it just has you off the walls, and you're like, "Yo, what is going on?" But then, in that time when you're up the walls and you want to break a wall, you want to uppercut somebody, you want to hit somebody with a shot, bro. Like,
Hadouken!
you know what I'm saying? With a little 1-2, it's like exactly, bro. You're trying to hit somebody with that super and get them out of here.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Finish him.
Like, you-
Don't forget the super.
I need to finish him soundbar now.
But like you have to reel it in and then take yourself out of how you feel and then put yourself in in that time, put yourself in their position.
Right.
And it's like, I've noticed and you know, maybe I'm wrong about this or maybe not, but it's like, I guess as males, we like to just take in a situation and be like, all right, you know what, I'm going to chill with this for a second and take it in. Give me a second. Like, let me just take this in. I'm not going to like talk to you right now. Maybe I'm gonna talk to you right now, but let me like, I'll be cool in a few hours after I take this in.
Right. Some girls are like that too.
You know what I mean? Some of them, but I've noticed, I don't know. This is where maybe be like, Trey.
No, but this is your perspective,
my
so there's
perspective,
nothing
you know what I
wrong.
mean?
There's
This
no
is my
right or
perspective.
wrong.
This is a judgment-free zone here,
Yeah.
ladies and
You
gentlemen.
want to judge your one?
JFZ,
You know what I'm
baby.
saying? Go on
Like I've been with
TikTok.
a lot of judges. A lot of y'all been judging me.
Right.
Judy is everywhere.
Listen, let them know. Like, let the gal them
The
know.
original,
Like,
Edward Koch, the
about
People's Court.
I'm about to let the gal them know right now. After
And it's
years
like
ago.
y'all want to, or majority want to solve it right there in the moment. But it's like, look, tensions are high. I'm heated. You're heated. Whatever's being said right now, we're not saying it with a clear head right now. And we might say some things that we might not want to say. Because right now, I'm in my emotions. I'm feeling mad. I'm going to say anything to hurt you so you could feel the same way I feel.
Right.
Maybe I might not mean it.
Right.
And a lot of the times, that's where all the shit happens. And that's where all the fuckery starts breaking down certain relationships. Because I might say some shit where it's like, I didn't mean it. When we're able to kind of retract for a little bit.
At what point do you grab her by her neck and just fucking throw her on the bed and be like, yo, listen.
When they said that the championship belt is on the line.
You already know that women love that makeup sex, man. So what's up? Let's talk about it.
I don't know what that is. I don't make up with no girls, though.
But,
Nah, nothing, eh?
I've never been I've never gone back. I've never boomeranged once in my. I almost did one time, and no, didn't do it. Yeah. But I don't judge any. The boomerang. There's nothing wrong with boomeranging. There's nothing wrong with it, especially if it's good.
I mean, like, I feel
Really
like
good.
I feel like with me, it comes down to like, man, like, I'm such a complicated individual when it comes to like,
complicated.
yeah, like when it comes to the love or something. But I overcomplicate things. I think I love so much, like I love so much, but then I'll do some stupid ass shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'll do it like subconsciously. And I'm just sitting here like, what I have to realize is like, I really just need to think before I fucking do shit. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and it sounds very childish, but like when like when things are going on and so much things are happening, like and honestly, I'm not gonna blame it on anything, but like my past traumas have like made me think a certain way.
Facts.
And act a certain way, and especially on topics like sex and like intimacy and trust, like I do things a certain way, but it's not like in the intention of my heart where I'm like planning it out.
Yeah.
It's more of just like in the moment it happens, and like you were saying, I take a little fucking hour or my 30 minutes or whatever to kind of just be like realize it, process it, and to be like, oh, you know what, like I was wrong.
No, key word. Watch this for the last 30 seconds. I'm like, hold on to the thought.
Yeah.
And you're talking about thinking. And I go, there's thinking and then there's processing it. So the people that can process are the people that, because when you think, you don't know. Processing is knowing.
Right.
So like the 100%. Thinking, faith, belief, those are all less than 100%. So when people process, that's what it is. It's like, are you, and I know in my experiences, because I'm very good at processing the moment, that can irritate people because it's hard for us to process certain things. And I have many moments where I'm just thinking on the fly and I'm just speaking on the fly. But when we can process things, because that's like the whole calculation of, okay, I feel this way now, but I shouldn't be feeling that way. Because, right? It's a whole process. When we think, unfortunately, thinking is like not knowing. So when we're thinking, it's like we're, like you said, overthinking, questioning things, doing that type of stuff.
Thinking that like comes, and then you start straying into like assumptions because you start thinking, then you're like, well, like if that happened, then maybe this could happen, and I'm starting to see patterns. And if I'm starting to see patterns, then obviously it's going to end up like this because like
and it spirals out of control.
You don't think, right?
You know what? That's actually crazy because at times I find myself like in a bit of like a roller coaster of emotions. because I put so much into something. But as of my recent relationship, I've kind of just more been like more locked in, more focused. I think because I've done all the fucking bullshit already, and I'm a big person on like you gotta learn from your mistakes.
Yeah, same.
And but then I'm like also on the other side of it, I'm looking at myself like, man, I'm making like the same mistakes kind of like over and over again. So obviously there's something going on. So I actually got into therapy, and like I started talking to my therapist about like my childhood traumas and everything, and it kind of really put things into perspective. Like, you know, I was blaming myself and everything that I was doing on my childhood trauma. And I felt like it was just like consuming me. So when I finally came to the realization that I can't really just blame everything on what had happened. It was done. It was written. And I like lived it and I experienced it. I think that's when like mentally things started like working for me. So like, could you like relate to that in any sort of way?
Yeah, like there's something I try to like I've heard over to the time, and it's like I try to apply that anytime something happens to me that I'm not too keen about happening to me. Like I'm like, I don't like this. It's not why is this happening to me? It's like, what is this showing me? Like, what is this showing me? Not like, why is this happening to me in life? Like, what is this showing me in life? So it's like little lessons that you have. So it's like something bad happens to you. It's like, that's just a little lesson that you're learning. Like, what did you do to make this happen? Or what didn't you do to make this happen? Right. Okay, so you see what happens? So next time you're in this situation, do the opposite so you don't feel this way. Nice. Okay, but then taking that in at the time, it sucks. Because you're like, I didn't want this. I probably planned for something else. I got this completely different result. I don't like this right now. And I don't like how this is sitting with me. But if you can kind of detach yourself from that and be like, okay, what was the lesson here? What did we learn today? Okay, don't do that again because you know you're going to end up down here and you don't want to feel like this. So from there, I try to use those and kind of take with it. So it's like, shit, we're on the same thing about relationships. So like past relationships or whatever. Right. Certain things where it's like, you know what, even for guys, like we get caught up in like, oh yeah, like you do certain things where it's like, I like that, or you look pretty and all that. But there's certain things where it's like, yo, you're not really bringing anything to the table, you know, and you got to understand like what it is that you do not like and what you like, and really dive into that and really tap in and really stick by that. Like stick by your ground and stand your ground. Like, stand your ground.
Yo, why do most men cheat?
Where did that come from? That's crazy.
Why do most men cheat?
Honestly, they're
because men. Speaking from a man who has never cheated, and that's only because I'm single most of my life, is because
God bless you.
Is because it's the law of attraction, right? when you're taken, okay, that's when they all come out the woodworks. They feel the energy. And then that's number one. Number two, now you got options, right? So it's like, okay, I got options now. What am I supposed to do? Number three, men don't, when we have sex, it's not an emotional thing.
Yeah, I say that.
That's what. And like this is speaking from a man that's never cheated on a woman. No woman could take this clip, send it to her friends, and be like, "Yo, Ryan cheated." No, they can't. No. It's impossible. But what I'm saying is, I'm a barber.
As long as you're sharing the clip, shit, that's good for me, man. Yo, come on, share the clip, man. Share the clip.
I'm a barber of 16 years. I had a friend of mine.
This clip going to be shared,
bro. I had a friend of mine.
You're part of the Loyal Man Association.
I got to keep everything under wraps.
I don't know.
A friend of mine.
God bless you.
I got to start capping, dog.
A friend of mine.
You might be capping. You might be capping.
I've been single for way too long. I'm not in relationships long enough to cheat on them.
We were talking about relationships earlier, and we were chilling, having a couple drinks, but. Man, like I'm like relationship back to back.
It's also to keep things spicy, because when you're tagging a 1-2, then I'm speaking from a non-cheater perspective. It sounds like I'm a serial cheater, Stu. I know.
Nah, but it ain't even like that.
Hold on. For those who don't know what tagging a 1-2 is, it means.
Did I say that?
He said tagging a 1-2.
You gotta let them know what it means.
Well, yo, I had a rough experience with that. I had a rough experience with that. I feel like when it came out to that, I'm not gonna really get into details because but that was like my number one fantasy. It was was two things at once, and bro,
Most of us.
yeah. And so when I felt like I've been like dreaming about it for like my whole entire life. And I'm gonna be a man. We're all men in the situation. Whatever. Yo, clip this, dude.
I'm dying for other reasons right now.
So yo, boom. Nights going, but it was organized, so it was planned, and I feel like that's kind of where
Parenthood.
It's kind of where it went wrong.
Yeah.
Because it was planned and
It wasn't organic.
it was not organic.
Yeah.
But and I was like forcing it mentally.
Yeah.
I was forcing the situation mentally. So, the time comes around, and then it's ready for me. It's time for me to perform. And like usually, GUAPO always comes correct. You know what I'm saying?
This story is getting glitty.
Right the next thing for that.
So then, but I should give you guys the raw and uncut version. All right, so listen. The first, so it was a 2-part series.
Ready to take
There's a prequel and a sequel, ladies and gentlemen. Get your popcorn ready. Extra butter.
It doesn't even matter when or what time. Like this is just a situation. No names, no time zones, no nothing. You know what I
The
mean?
time zones is very important.
No, but I mean like the time of when this happened. Like it's just
Teleportation exists.
it does exist. But so boom, we're setting up the thing. And then
What were you drinking?
and hold on, I wasn't really drinking. You know what I'm saying? But it was a thing that it was like set up via like a Tinder, right? So it was set up via Tinder, and then it was guanin. Like my shorty at the time and this shorty were on a date, and they were getting to know each other. So she links me, and she's like, "I'm on a date with this girl." So I was like, "Okay, that's pretty wild." I'm in another ends. So then the shit goes, the shit is kind of like bubbling, and it's like now like 1:30 in the morning time, and I'm like kind of feeling froggy. So I was like, "Yo, what's going on?" So I kind of
Ribbit.
So I kind of just make the trip from where I was at and pulled up to the spot. Okay, but by the time I got to the spot, both parties were just well intoxicated. And I was kind of just like, I had to kind of play catch up. So I just had like shots. So yo, boom. First time goes. The party's time to start. Yo, nowhere to be found. I was just, you know what I'm saying? Nothing was working. And I was just like, it was not, but now it's like 4 a.m. It's late.
You're tired.
It's kind of just like, So I took my L. I went to bed. Right? I woke up the next day. I didn't really think, it was kind of just like one of those situations. But now, fast forward, we try to make it happen again. So boom, now it's like, oh, it's the date and the time is set, and I'm like mentally now like coming off of my last L. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to come back. I'm trying to now make it right. Like I have to make it super right
I
now.
gotta come get the ring this time, dog.
Yeah. So then
right,
and like it's just like. It makes me laugh, but I have to let the man, the guys know and the boys. Listen, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It happens.
I ended up going down. We had a good time. I was juiced up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was sipping all night, whatever. I get back to the crib, and it's guanin. You know what I'm saying? Everything's guanin. And then when it came for the time for me to hit that last clutch shot, fam, I airballed the thing, bro.
Yo,
It didn't even click in
But
and
I
out. But
respect the honesty so
love it.
fucking
Those
much.
you know what?
bro.
Hold on. I wouldn't say that I airballed the thing. I'll say that like I maybe like just hit like back rim.
You rimmed out,
Yeah, I rimmed
Back
out.
rim.
I rimmed
Or
out.
like front rim slightly. Just
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
graze the rim.
Yeah, grazed the rim, man.
A graze odds.
And then you know what I'm saying? So I kind of had to like, now I'm like 2 L's, and now I wake up the next.
2 L's is a W.
Yeah, well, I wake up the next morning, and I'm really feeling down on myself. I'm like, my pride was hurt, bro. I was like, whoa. I was like, listen,
Right, what's going on?
yo, my
Guapo?
pride was hurt. My pride
Right?
was really
I
hurt.
feel you.
and I was really feeling like, but it was a me thing,
Right.
Yeah.
and it was a mental thing.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And it was because like it did not happen
Organically.
organically. You see what I'm saying?
And the heightened expectation too, right?
Right,
Exactly.
and that has happened with me in like past even with past partners. When I've met a partner, like I haven't been able to like, you know what I'm saying, make it work sometimes in like the very beginning because I'm like so super. But then like it just takes me like, yo, get out of your head. So for all the guys out there, listen, I don't suffer from fucking what's the thing called or whatever.
PTSD?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I don't. Yeah, I don't.
What's that?
No, malfunction.
ED, man.
Erectile dysfunction.
Erectile dysfunction. I don't suffer
This
from
nigga
that
went
shit,
to
so
War
don't
Dog.
worry. Yeah, you go PTSD.
No, but
I have PTSD from that shit. though. Nah,
PTSD
joking.
ain't just Saving Private Ryan and Call of Duty, my friends. You could have a girl say, "Yo, your nose look funny in grade 2," and
Guys,
it
to the
fucks you
greater
forever.
audience, to the greater audience, that's what they refer to.
Yeah.
So,
But
cater
yeah,
to the
so
greater
fuck, I don't know. That was just one of my crazy little stories.
Well,
fam.
we
I
appreciate
ain't-
the
I don't
honesty.
even know how I even
Hey,
got started.
Hey, we
but-
need some claps or something. Like, yo,
Yeah.
we respect the honest. There you go.
I think what I'm trying to say is like, yo, just, you know, be you and have fun and let things happen organically. Like, I just played this track, bro, after money. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah, I just pressed play. I just literally seen it down.
Smoke the kush,
Hey.
just float away. Save it for a rainy day.
What's that?
Blowing
So
pounds
this
just
video was shot and
today.
directed by Trey Starks.
Blowing smoke so I can float away.
I got my first tattoo. I came right to the
We in the
spot.
Chelsea. We was in the hotel.
Yeah.
Save it for a rainy day. Watch that. Blowing pounds just to ease the pain. All that. Smoke just to float away.
I thought I was gonna be a superstar after this. Big track, though. Yeah,
Even hearing it right now, it's like,
it's a little classic. Blasting out the Pluto. We be high up in the party. I got your girl, she on a Molly. She feeling so I'm sorry. I told that bitch I'm at the money. I told that bitch I'm at the money. I told that bitch I'm at the money. Olé, we be high on Pluto, sipping on that Nuvo. Got my homies and some bitches tryna kick it like it's judo. Blowing on that loud, we be getting too dope. SCB came with a pack, got my pockets on the sumo. She just tryna play her cards right. I ain't talking Uno, bitch. I'm only at the money. Put my mama in a tudo, popping bottle out the bottle, celebrate 'cause we too low.
Celebrate 'cause we too close to our dreams. Blowing up for beat. This is for my grinders and the hustlers on my team. My bitches on the block getting green. Let them hate 3 days. Since I came out the womb, I was taught to get it in. People in the struggle. My homies on the hustle. Stress Papa said, let the champagne bubble. Sweet as syrup. Oh, I'm just tryna ball. Never paid attention to the writings on the wall. Got my homies sipping Nuvo. Be high up in the party. I got your girl, she on a Molly. She catch your feelings, so I'm sorry. I told that bitch I'm at the money. I told that bitch I'm at the money. I told that bitch I'm at the money. Smoke the kush just to float away.
Whoa.
smoke the kush just to float
Whoa.
away.
Something real light,
No,
heavy, easy.
that is such a tune, bro.
What?
We need to, whoa. That was a
That
lot.
was a great time.
Yeah,
That's
so
nostalgic right there.
Awesome.
you
You caught me off guard with that
I
one.
know I had to slip that in.
You
there,
went
man.
nostalgic. You're showing me some new stuff. That just fucked me up.
Yeah, I had to just throw that.
I
in
had a
there.
little too much fun there,
and he directed the video.
as you're saying. Yeah.
So how did you get into your videography and your editing?
Yo, all right. So I went to George Brown for graphic design. I knew when I was in high school. Actually, this whole thing started from that. So I was like, probably like 11 or 12. And my cousin he took graphic design at George Brown, and he was
Okay.
on the computer, and I always used to kick it with him. He was
Right.
older than me, probably like 10 years older than me, and he always used to listen to like
Details.
DMX, Lost Boys. I thought he was the coolest. He had a place,
Love
he had-
Lost Boys
he
and
had that
DMX.
PlayStation. Rest in peace to Freaky Ty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And yo,
My mind is blown right now. I'll talk in a second.
it's crazy and he had a PlayStation, bro. I played Samurai Showdown. Like he was,
Oh,
yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, and he had this program. He was saying graphic design. He had Photoshop on his computer.
Okay.
And he's like, you want to see something sick? And I'm like, sure. And he showed me a picture of a gorilla. He's like, watch this. And he turned it purple. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
And that was it, bro.
That was it. That
what
sparked
did
your
it.
mind and go boom. The light
Purple
bulb went
gorilla.
on. Yeah.
Bonzi Buddy.
Right.
Google that if you don't know.
Okay. Bonzi buddy. Google that if you don't
Bonzi
know.
Wells, done.
Crazy.
Taking Portland Trailblazer. All right.
Go ahead.
And then
It's a bonus.
I was like, what's going on there? And then I think that's where it like all started. And then got into high school, took media arts, and it was like, hey, you can make like ads, like photography and do digital stuff. Like take photos and just take text and just do stuff and make ads with them. And I'm like, this is cool. And then I went into George Brown and I was like, all right, there's a program. Like I can go to school for this. I can
Yeah.
go to school to like manipulate images and whatnot.
Right.
Cool. And then that's where it all started. And then I had an elective in like my last year where it was video editing. And I'm like, cool, let me see what's going on. So I jumped into that class and
Yeah.
I realized they were like, yo, you can just use a regular camera, use a regular DSLR camera, and all you have to do is bring it into this program called Final Cut.
Final
And
cut.
then you can just edit stuff, put songs behind it and edit it. And I remember the professor that I had, he told me, he was like, the best thing to look for when you're editing any music or anything to like a song or or you're editing any clips or anything, he's like, have a song behind it and edit it to like the beats.
Right.
So certain like hi-hats and certain tones or whatnot, edit it to those. So every time you hear like a hi-hat or whatnot, or like a certain like bass drop or whatnot, select your clips, like, you know, switch your clips. And I'm like, huh. And for some reason that like stuck with me. And then I just tried experimenting with like different things. So I was like, oh, okay. So like me now at that time, I'm taking in like, this is in like the era where like J. Cole just came out, Wale
Right.
just came out,
Right.
Big Sean just came out. So
Right.
I'm like, yo, there's tracks. And it's like, things aren't really copyrighted. It's all mixtapes.
Yeah.
So I'm
At a mixtape era.
Yo,
Yeah, mixtape
you
era.
know, so I'm taking tracks, just making all these random videos. So now
Right.
I'm using the camera, so I'm running around school, taking videos of just random stuff, and then just making like putting a track behind it, and then just like editing all those clips.
Right. Make
to
it
whatever
make it
track.
sound to the track.
You know what I'm
make
saying?
it flow to the track.
And then
Yeah.
I'll just do those, and I'm like, huh. And then I'll just do those for fun. And then over time, people are like, yo, you do videos? And I'm like, no. They're like, well, that's pretty much what it is. Can you do one for me? And I'm like,
Right.
sure. And they're like, yo, I'll give you like $3
Yeah.
I'm like, what? And then it's like, I'll give you like $5. And I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, I'm in college. And I'm like, ooh.
Yeah. This
What?
is sick.
Okay, this is kind of sick.
Yeah.
All right. And then, but it wasn't even that. It was the enjoyment I got out of it.
Yeah.
Like seeing what I can do to just like take a bunch of different content or just like even be with friends.
Yeah.
Even we'd link up and we just like,
I love
you
that.
know, remember we were just doing like random videos.
Yeah.
We'd link up. I'd just be like, yo, I just do whatever. And then we'd get a track and just throw some stuff behind it. So I think it was like just manipulating audio, manipulating visuals
Yeah.
together and just making my friends look cool.
Right.
I
Right.
think that was the joint. And then just seeing people like react to it. Like, I think it was that too that really got it. Was like sharing it on like, at the time it was like Facebook.
Yeah.
And sharing it on Facebook, people being like, yo, this is really cool. And people getting like a reaction out of it.
Yeah.
I think that was it. So it was just like, if I'm able to create something that can give someone some sort of like reaction, whether it's positive, negative, whatever, I know that I was able to like connect with you somehow.
Right.
So I think that's always been like the little like spark in the background that
Right.
did
That kept you going your
That kept
why.
me going, yeah.
Because like people, sometimes people will just get into certain things just to get into certain things. But when you're passionate about it, and like you said, like you got into it and you focused on it, and it was working for you, and you enjoyed it. You enjoyed the editing process. You enjoyed the shooting, the content, making the content the way it made you feel.
Yeah.
Those are all great emotions to have when you're like trying to pursue something, or when you're like really into something. So like any of the youth out there, like when you're passionate about something, when things make you feel good about what you're doing and you're doing them, don't care about how much money you're going to make in the future, or how much your money making at that time, or what it's doing for you. Just know that it's passionate and it's working for you, and stick to it.
Stick to it.
When those dopamine levels go up and those endorphins go flying, that's when you know.
I like that.
When you get the tingle in your spine with some random shit, you're like,
What tingles your spine, man? What gets your endorphins going? Because I'm
saying the same thing. I feel like that's the commonality of us three and probably four, right?
Yeah.
We get off by getting other people off.
Right.
Making them happy.
Pause, but like, no, not even. But like, yes,
yeah. I mean, it's pause worthy for sure. But obviously, it's from a very righteous place. But it is pause worthy. Don't get it twisted.
No, but it's not. I'm not even really into the whole pause thing. Really, I don't really care. It's more just like we know because we know.
Absolutely,
like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and it's like for the youth, man, like
it's just like cutting hair.
That's great. Like even saying that if you find something that you really enjoy doing, like run with it, because it's like. It's gonna work for you, man. Like
it has to, because you have to make no other choice.
Yeah, and it's like if you love it, do it, because like it's just gonna gravitate towards you. Because like honestly, the universe just throws things towards you when it starts seeing that you're like really putting an effort in towards it. And it's like even saying it might sound like, what are you saying, bro? You just
find the passion.
Just really if you love your job, you'll never work a day in your life.
Celestial kind of bullshit. But it's like, no, bro, it's facts. Like you sit there and it's just like, yo, you really love what you do. Things are going to gravitate towards you. You know what I mean?
Well, so look at you now. What are you doing now? I know you're doing something big. You're teaching.
Crazy. It's like I'm teaching. So it's like, being able, and it's like I'm teaching for like one of the leading like top tech schools in like the world. And it's like, it's crazy to be like, find myself into that place. Cause now it's like, I ran through this whole journey. I've like, ran through it. I didn't even go through it. I've just like been on the journey. It's like
you're still on the journey.
Still on it. Like,
and how did you manage to get that teaching job? How did that land for you? Did it just work for you gracefully?
No, man. Someone hit me up on LinkedIn. They're like, "Yo, bro, you want to teach?"
LinkedIn,
like, yeah, dog.
LinkedIn.
You know how many people?
I don't know. So he told me to get a LinkedIn.
Shout out to LinkedIn.
He told me to get a LinkedIn. I got a LinkedIn. I got to send you my resume.
You really do. LinkedIn has always been a crusher.
Why you got a boy out of the hood into some big business?
Hadouken.
I like that.
What? Yeah, and it's just I really don't know. Someone just contacted me, and then, but it was like I went there as a student, and then I guess and that's the thing too. Like that's another thing too. Like coming back to it, I went there as a student, and I enjoyed the experience so much. I loved how they taught. I just felt great about it. So I was like, hey, if I can reciprocate that to somebody, then why not? Yeah. So then coming in for the interview, it's like, let me just do what my professor did.
Yeah.
So I did the interview the same way they did it.
Yeah.
Like, they were like, hey. The interview was like, okay, teach a course. Like, if you were to teach a class, how would you teach it?
Right.
So I'm like,
and you just envisioned yourself in the same position you were just, years prior. And you're like, I'm just going to do what made me feel good at that time.
Exactly.
But like, now I'm here, which is an amazing thing.
And it's like tapping into like, if you love something, remember that and run with that. Because it's like, that's going to really start to take you to the places that you didn't think, not now the places you want to go, the places you didn't think you were able to get to.
Right, I like that. That's a great point right there.
Bars
right there. And Rez, so I was gonna say, Mr. 12 for 12.
Yeah. Whatever you want to call me.
Zaga. How did your passion for music start? And where did that come from? I know you have a couple connections too.
Yeah, no, for me, my love for music I feel like for almost every person, like my mom used to say, oh, when you're a year and a half, 2 years old, I'd put you in front of much music and you just, you shut up and watch the video. Like, I didn't know that. She told me that later on, but I think music is just the rhythm and the melodies we hear. There's a certain attraction we get from it, and everyone's drawn to music for the most part. So for me, my mom was like big on like Aretha Franklin and Barry White, and like my grandfather, World War II vet, like he would die for Chuck Berry. Chuck Berry, I love Chuck Berry. Was my grandfather's guy.
Sick.
And we're talking about the real king of rock and roll,
and he was black.
And my grandfather was an Irish orphan that fought for Canada under a French name, right? So that's where a lot of my history comes from. Like, just love what you love.
That's real soulful and like real, just like classic. Like that's music.
Real music.
Yeah.
And so
when you're mentioning Lost Boys and DMX, like I kind of came off of Lost Boys, DMX. I love.
Hold up. That's why I remember I said I had to decompartmentalize something.
Yeah.
So years back, he was the first person to ever tell me it. And the weirdest part was when he told me it, 2 other people told me later on. But he told me, yo, bro, anyone ever tell you sound like Mr. Cheeks?
Oh, Mr. Cheeks, yeah, shout out to Mr.
Like
Cheeks.
resemblances. And even when I play, when like Me and My Crazy World would come on at the shop or whatever, Kev always go. Anytime Mr. Cheeks comes on, Kev looks at me. He goes, "Yo, that's you, bro." Da da da. So it was so weird to know that he heard that. Hey, he had to do it.
Yeah.
We're playing both verses too, for sure.
High def.
Hey, hey, hey.
Rizzy and high def. What up, PD? I know you know that I ain't being greedy. Just wanna be the greatest to do this. You made it all full circle cause you supported all of my movements. And you were the one who inspired all of the music. It's kind of fucked up, especially now that Jamal's gone. This world is all wrong. Two of my biggest supporters. Need to get my SoundCloud popping and my Twitter in order. But it's groupie girls, YouTube.
They surfing on the sack.
Like Rez, can I come to the studio?
When you're working on the track,
Meticulous minds of mighty mega
merchants on the map.
smoking the blood on the tree trunk of humanity, integrating intricate intangibles and insatiable insanity. And once every day I check to see how you doing. Rolling my backwards, praying, waiting on our reunion.
Let's get it.
'Cause I know that time is
Destined to come.
And what's a curse to some and
Is a blessing to some.
when you have the gift of gab.
The girlies become
Quite
quite
attentive.
attentive.
No longer fall for them tricks, even with the
Right
right
incentives.
She is precise, possessive, giving a device deceptive. I'm just trying to gain this new
Life perspective.
and accept responsibility with right the message.
Even my nonsense phenomenal. Your content is comical. I got this corporate rum.
And with these lows,
I'm teleporting them.
pretending
Pretending we could fly.
fuck Alzheimer's, I'll be damned if these
Memories will die.
Hallmark sparked in my heart.
That's where your energy resides.
This what happens when the alien cushion
And Hennessy collides. May we rise.
Hey,
May we rise. May we rise.
yeah.
May we rise. May we rise.
my soul sisters.
May we rise. May we rise.
Real talented individual.
Oh, we got. You know we gotta let the second verse
yeah,
ride
we gotta
out.
let it ride out.
Yo,
Shout out to my boy High Def. Man.
Yo.
That's hot damn.
That's your that's your
Black
character,
Panther,
bro.
baby.
yo,
Yeah.
yo.
Last night I had a dream I lived on
Gamma ray.
till it vanished and had me
Feeling some type of way.
I ain't
Rich homie.
not really the
Type of fame.
You see my thinking's like a crank and I just write my name in
Capital letters and then
It's back to the gender, like how much magic can measure up if I package it better. Visions of
Max and Berettas, Rosetta Stoner.
decode every lesson, the confessions
Of
of
the
the
solo.
solo.
Let's get
Yeah,
it,
should be
boy.
all about my dough, like I was
Homer.
always trying to do it for myself. Was never in the
Yeah,
habit,
the
notice.
oldest.
Play the game with no controllers. Visualizing I'll be wiser when I'm older. Whether I'm
Rastafari, riding in the roller, I be coolin'.
here with the clearest gears
I'm a movement.
far out and ages for hemisphere
When I do this.
The rose of group for the tulips.
Such a square, I call it Rubik's.
Babylon think I'm
Stupid,
I'd rather be
rambling over music, either that.
or I'm lifting the
Cannon like I'ma use it.
like a day to confuse it, bro. I'm man enough to use it. The disciples with a plan to handle Judas.
I do this.
I do
High
that.
def.
Nordstrom
Black
Hector
Hector.
going on now. Get up to 50.
So how'd you get in? Like, I mean, how did that little energy collide? I mean, get into the recording and doing all your, you know what I mean?
For me, it was definitely like I started rapping when I was 8. When I turned 10, 96, March 21st, 1996, I was like, yo, I got to start writing.
Right.
I got to start writing. Like, you've been rapping for 2 years. You got to start writing your shit down.
Yeah.
So then I started writing, and like I was just upset. All I did was play basketball and write from when I was like 10 years old.
It's
And
that passion that stuck with you, man.
Yeah, and like
today's episode, I think we're going to focus in on that passion, baby.
1,000%. And for me, like obviously, for all of us, it's an expression, right?
Right.
And I
Lifestyle.
realized from young, like this expression gets me attention. It makes people love me. It makes them feel good. You know what I'm saying? So, and my first track I did was when I was 17, and I did it on the Jurassic Harlem beat by Poster Boy, Shaheed,
my
the Poster
gosh.
Boy.
That is a wow.
No, watch this though.
my
No, you're getting the Inception story right now. I'm about to tell you some. I have a good story. I have a really good story right now. So watch this. So R.I.P. to my townhouse complex. Watch this. Shaheed, the Poster Boy, was one of my favorite artists. And obviously 106 and Park Champion. Watch this now.
Yeah,
Jurassic
Shout
Harlem.
out to Free and AJ.
So I did.
Yeah.
I did
106
AJ and Free. No, so good you.
Yo,
Let's save the best for last.
Champion.
You know Jay-Z got Free pregnant, right?
No
So-
way.
Yeah. Sorry to drop that, but Jay-Z
That's
and
crazy.
yeah, he impregnated Free. Go look it up after. Everyone look it up.
She obviously didn't stick with it.
Well, she knew the program. She wasn't one of those type of women, so
Damn.
she could have taken the
How
whole
do you know
bag.
that?
Because it's out there.
You did your Googles.
It's not even Googles. It's kind of one of those things where you hear about it and then
Boom.
it gets kind of confirmed or
Yo,
whatever.
don't air on
But
my
yo,
uncle, man.
real
Can't be
quick,
airing out my uncle like that.
real
bro.
quick.
Yo, he's with bees sitting on bees. He ain't worried about
Yeah,
that.
he's
no
good.
more.
He's fine. His first baby mama was the one on the cruise in the Big Pimpin' video in Trinidad. So
Man, stop talking about my uncle.
he's got a little
This guy knows
He's
his
gonna call
Googles on
me.
Jigga, yo.
entertainment tonight right here. But yo, sorry, let me stop it all. I love you, Sean Carter. You're a great guy. Yo, you invest in the squad, invest in the legend.
Yeah.
So basically, like my first track was Jurassic Harlem.
Yeah.
Did the generic Jurassic Harlem, Jurassic Toronto. Like
Jeez.
my-
Okay.
I'm unstoppable, unsinkable. I think of things you think were unthinkable. Like that was like that's the main bar I remember. I think of things you'd think were unthinkable. That was
Yeah.
like my favorite bar on the joint.
That's some Eminem shit right there.
Chill, bro. I appreciate it. But yeah, that was the first track, and then from there, him and I didn't get along well. I started doing my own mixtapes on the Adobe Edition, on the headset mic, put the do-rag on the mic. I used to edit all my shit.
Right.
My first two mixtapes I self-edited. The Takeover mixtape was the first one. And then my second mixtape was the True
Is that the
mixtape.
one in the suit? Yo, this guy.
I thought you were going to mention it with his whole story and graphic designing. I was waiting for him to tell the story, but sometimes you got to take your flowers, eh?
Right, you gotta take your flowers, fam.
But
You
he's
gotta
about
take
to
your
give me my flowers, so it's okay.
Suit. Yo, my man had the craziest, flyest suit on the cover.
Yeah.
All right.
It was his first paid gig, bro. That's what I was trying to get to, bro.
Okay, it was your first
He always
paid
bigged
gig.
me up for like.
You didn't
his
even
first-
pick up the man on this on
No,
your
he's
first
probably
paid
going
gig,
to,
fam.
but I'm just
Come
gonna
on,
just
bro.
ruin
I'm all
it.
about
Like,
the suit, bro.
Yeah.
I
So
had
what was
the-
it?
I had
What
the
color
surfer
was
hair.
it?
It was beige, and then I had the gold. I had the like the gold, the different
On
gold
the album
ties.
cover on a mixtape
No,
cover.
you're gonna cry when you see
gonna
it.
cry.
Now we're gonna find it for you. It's fucking
Yeah, I
hilarious.
think it's at my mother's crib.
It's really bad.
Yo, honestly, this is crazy.
bro.
Because
No,
this
bro.
brings up a lot of things to me too.
Bro.
Like I used to just
Fam, I have the craziest story for you after.
I'm just sitting in the coop bumping J.
To the Izzo.
Going up the France and I'm trying to get the
Rizzo.
Oh my gosh.
20 for the shizzo.
Hey.
Drop 100 G's and Jacob for the glizzo.
Hey.
I'm wild like the inmates.
Sitting on Death Rizzo.
See the same dude.
For Freestyle Friday for Shizzo.
Negro.
20s on
My
my bicycle.
bicycle.
I'm the second coming cocksucker. I'm official.
16s is hot from the mouth to the pistol. Keep the silence up on my gun so whistle. Holla at your boy if you want your song tighter. I'm the best songwriter and the best songwriter. Don't care your ghetto or sophisticated. From the east to the west, I'm anticipated. For the nine come out. Niggas is cool, they be nice around the time shine come out. I was a regular nigga before I bounced to stardom. No reason all the tourists
Bounce to Harlem,
So I
what?
gotta be poster, live la vida
Coca.
loca. Money,
Cars, clothes,
culture.
culture.
Mom see the 5 and she run right to it. All she get is hard dick
and some white fluid.
Put me out for real. First nigga who ripped the basement
Without a deal.
Let's go.
Yeah.
That's where my
yeah,
let's
yeah,
go
yeah.
comes from. My let's go. Yo, you know how many times on second verse, we gotta do this right now. This is nostalgia at its finest.
My name is
Poster. Call a survivor. Take a diver. What? Hey.
Ripping it, bro.
Crazy.
Pull us over, the chauffeur is taking the guy.
What?
Nigga, I don't run this out. My 16s move the crowd, put a gun in the mouth. Poster, see money from Diesel. Can't sit on the rims unless they over
13 years ago. 13 years ago. Matthias.
No, this is
And Mark McGuire.
all different classes.
Shocky play hoes like
Music chairs.
only if they suck dick.
It's full of pubic hairs.
Oh my gosh.
Fam,
Yo,
real quick. Pause it for 1 second, please. You said 13 years ago. Fam,
Yeah.
that was 2001. This is how crazy I am. Fam, his brother died in the towers, bro. His
No
brother
way.
died in the World Trade Center. He put out a mixtape after, which that was on with DJ K Slay, who's also from Harlem.
Right.
So fourth week out of his 7, because remember he got to 7 and he was the first one to get retired. my old townhouse complex, they used to, my mom, I love you, mama, she used to be late with certain bills all the time, you smell me? So one of them was the cable bill, and fucking these fuckers used to go on the roof and do whatever. So I was like 15 at the time. I just got a little growth spurt, whatever. I never went on my roof, even though I've been there since I was 5 years old. My mom's like, so when I went to turn the TV on, it was this 4th week. Yo, I was crushed, bro.
Yeah, you needed the cable.
Fam,
that's
I was like,
crazy.
I was like almost crying to my mom, like, yo, this is, I need to watch post, like I can't not watch this. So she goes, all you got to do is, I'm pretty sure you go up there. I don't know what's up there, but I'm pretty sure they just plug the cable back in.
Right.
Fam, straight out the movie, bro, my mom helped me get on the roof, fam, to watch. Like, my mom would watch 106 in Park and my mom is a real legend.
Right.
Like,
shout out to moms.
She's Georgette is Poopsie is a next level legend. She goes, just go up there and see what's going on. Yo, go on the roof. Fam, I walk to the box and I open it up. I lived at 103 Valley Woods Road, unit 105. Fam, I open it up, bro, and it's all the units, bro. So I could have taken everyone's shit out. Bro, I see my shit out, bro. I went like this. I went, boom. I peered over the roof. I go, Mom, turn the TV on. Does it work? She's like, yeah, it works. Like, she's always cool and shit. Oh, yeah, like, it was normal to her. Like, she expected it. Me, I was pissed. I was so fucking happy, right?
Yeah.
Bro, I got to watch that, and I can't make this up, 2 or 3 years of free cable, fam. Rogers, fuck you.
No way.
Bang. So
that's actually crazy.
Every time.
That's sick.
So from
did
that
not like just spark a whole euphoric thing for you?
So yeah. I just wanted you to let them know.
Well, shout out to Pulsar Boy. Shout out to 106 in Park. Shout out to moms. Shout out to and fuck Rogers.
Fuck Rogers, yo, straight up. Yo.
Yeah, we have another exclusive because we're all so talented.
That's
this is cheese on the track now. You know what I mean?
No one's really heard this, so
unreleased.
Little sneak peek.
Oh,
hella jaded. Creator paid it. Lil' mom made it. Making all these moves like a roller skater. I'm irrational. Jacket from the capsule corp. I'm beasting like a Maximo. Looking real sexual. I guess I came through dripping. On my Michael Scotty Pippen. My Diddy Bot got a limp. Get out the gate like my name Cal Ripken. Follow on my lead like a pig.
Let's go.
I can get higher than a blimp.
You know.
Put it on the reel from my flimp. Hotter than the grease from a fish pan.
Okay.
I'll roll fade that with a coat.
Oh,
y'all had to take it in real quick. There's a couple bars here.
A couple?
Alright, yo, let's just listen to the fucking shit now.
Hella jaded, creator paid it. Lil' mom made it, making all these moves like a roller skated. I'm irrational. Oh yeah. Jacket from the capsule corp. Beasting like a Maximo. I got it. Looking real sexual. Shit. I guess I came through dripping. On my Michael Scotty Pippen. My Diddy Bot got a limpin'. Knock it out the gate like my name Cal Ripken. Follow on my lead like a pigman. I can get higher than a blimp can. Put it on the reel from a flim can. Hotter than the grease from a fish pan. I'll roll fade back with a coat. More stars in the rate than a ghost. Let's go. Celebrate, music glass, make a toast. After this, then I'm selling down the throat now. Hot stepper when I play the scene. Getting money in, then I tag my team. Dripping all this juice, looking extra G. I mean, maybe he's born with it like Maybelline. Now, get your money up like Mr. Burns. Get it here, so baby, think I treat the perm. Stay back, lady, I don't feed the birds. And they mascot nigga, no Molly perks now. Patrolling, what? We rolling. Ran it back, it's not stolen. Nah, patrolling, we rolling. Nah, they ran it back, it's not stolen.
Okay.
Come on, let's get this money. Running straight to the door. My problems getting funny. We getting paper for show. Come on, let's get this money. We running straight to the door. My problems getting funny. We getting paper for show. Come on, let's get this money. Running straight to the door. My problems getting funny.
Let's get this paper for show.
Come on, let's get this money. We running straight to the door. My problems getting funny.
Verse 2?
We getting paper for show. I'm getting buku bucks like stacks. I wanna shoot 'em up. Said I got it. Looking for my cuter cup, invest a couple bucks and then I double up now. Light show like a hyper beam. Fuck, living out my wildest dreams. What? Nothing can amount to me. Nah, I'm fresher than some Downy sheets. Oh shit. You could be mad. Yeah. Bank rolls, baby, got me extra glad. Money. Top floor, baby, got an extra pad. Did Malenko, hit him with a Boston crab. Lock him in. Then I start to jab. Fade away, jump, I got an extra map. Let's catch money, baby, I hit the glass. Porsche 911, moving kinda extra fast. Now that's light work. Yeah. Frozen water from the ice work. Jerk your girl up on me like a nice purse. Said she catered to me like a nice nurse.
I take flight first, dodging shit just like a viper. Easy money like a sniper, and my team get rowdy piper. So pick your next move, getting money in the next room. Came out dripping with these next jewels, going broke is something that I exclude. Patrolling and we rolling, they ran the back, it's not stolen. Patrolling and we rolling, shit, ran the back, it's not stolen. Straight to the dope. My problems getting fun.
Yo, listen. This to be released with a visual. Can I play the main character in this? Let me play the main character in this.
Straight to the dope. My problems getting funny.
Getting money for sure.
Come on, let's get this money.
Straight to the dope.
My problems getting funny. We getting paper for sure.
Okay.
Whoa.
You had one. You have one. Now I gotta have one. That's my turn now.
We ready.
Guapo.
A lot of pain, a lot of pain.
This is a real intimate one for me.
Unreleased, Love Demons. Coming at anytime soon.
Yeah. There's a couple things in my mind just can't erase. Just the thought of it got me going into a darker place. Gotta work harder than ever cause there's no
time to waste.
Trying to find love in myself,
but I can't find the space.
I put my trust in God,
knowing I'ma find a way
to that common space.
Baby, let's just float away. I know it's been a couple days. I haven't heard from you. All the things that I did, I know you heard from them. So let me take a second to apologize for all the demons in my mind that I left inside. I should've had your back instead, girl, I made you cry. A lot of pressure's on my mind, things that I can't deny. Knowing I can have you back's the reason I can't sleep at night.
Knowing I can have you back's the reason I can't sleep at night. I'm just wishing for the day when I wake up with no pain. And I'm smoking while I'm driving and I'm swerving through these lanes. And I'm deep into my thoughts, hoping nothing was the same. Just reflecting to myself like there's things I gotta change. Every book got its ending, I guess it's time to turn the page. I guess it's time to turn the page. Look,
so what chapter are you on? Keep reading as long as my heart bumps in my chest. I'ma keep breathing as long as my energy keeps growing. I'ma keep teaching, continue learning, and keep believing. Everybody makes mistakes, I just hope I ain't too late. You took me back 100 times, you take me back another 8. There's just some things I would like to say right to your face. I'll keep working towards them better days and better states. I know fate will truly come and find this place. I'm just worried about the pain in my heart that I can't erase.
I know fate will truly come and find this place. I'm just worried about the pain in my heart that I can't erase.
Guapo.
Okay.
Bars.
We see you, sir. We see you, sir.
Some
You ain't not letting
late.
up on they neck.
late.
We see you, sir.
You know, goes into the next one, the next single.
Bring it in. Bring it in.
I mean,
Bring it in.
I got a whole.
Love is a dangerous thing.
Is that Guapo? Listen, man.
Who's that?
That like I never left. But I am my all full till there's nothing left. I've been working overtime just to make it stretch. Trying to take over the game, give a fuck who's next. I've been working so hard trying to build a dream. I was on the bench and I ain't really need a team. So many demons in my head, I can hear a thing. And I put that on the vows of my wedding ring. Why I'm so damaged, so much love in my body, but my heart closed casket. Oh, why I'm so damaged, so much love in my body, but my heart closed casket. And you, no, you can't stand it. You need to be a man, boss up and get past it. I know you want my heart, but girl, you can't have it, cause I don't really know where it is, and that's tragic. Whew.
Bang, bang, bang.
I gave my love all to you.
Guapo with the fire.
But now you gone and I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. All I think about is you. Verse 2. You must really know what love is. Love is really pain, and I really know what love is. 11-11. The assumption I could just tell you like to be slapped on that rough shit. So come over here, girl, come and ride this. Back to the telly now, back to the Henny now. Driving OT to the gas tank empty now. Making how had zero, now I'm chilling at 100,000. And my niggas wildin', so we on an island. And I'm rolling with Flacco in the Benz and we styling.
Shout out to Flacco,
Me,
baby.
I'ma get that. True soldier, I've been through some setbacks. I've been grinding OT just for you, baby. I've been grinding OT. That's it, it goes.
GUAPO.
Beast bars.
Into the instrumental.
Whoa.
Oh, no.
Yo. Hey, yo, I talk all the slime. Yeah, you know it's talk of the
Nice.
And you know I'm exquisite. Word to Nipsey, I'm so prolific. And you wanna hear me drop a free? And if I go in court, I will not cop a plea.
Nope.
I'm dying on the cross. Hey yo, I had a fantasy that I fucked Diana Ross. Then I made some chicken with Diana sauce. Oh my gosh, you know, I get my point across.
Okay.
I be spazzing, Rizzy, I'm not acting. But Tom Cruise and I got a bomb boost. About to blow up, yeah. I got called for the podcast from my brother. I had to show up. You know I'm going crazy. Hey yo, the flow is lazy, and you know my eyes looking like McGrady. And shout out to Mick Millen, Mick Doubles, Mick what? I'm Mick Chillin', Mick Killin' and Mick Flurries. Oh my gosh, you know I'm about to go to 6 derbies. And my girl, she looking just like a horse. I'ma ride that shit just like a Porsche. And you know what my brother said? He said, get your resources. And I be switching up.
Yo, damn it. You ever see your father die? Worse than the pain that I see in my mother's eyes. Someday I just wake up and I don't feel alive. But it's okay, cause today I'ma be alright. I got my homies right to the right and supporting me. And all these bitches on my line, they ignoring me. But it's okay, I got me a good one, a good hun, a blondie with big tits and a good bun. So what you want? You know that I stay on the hunt. Cartier frames, do this shit day. I ain't chasing fame, I'm just chasing money, so I could just smoke on that pack like Al Bundy. While you with me or you with me, if you not, then go over there, cause I'ma continue to spot in. I keep it going all day, boy, I'm locked in. Niggas call him Malone and I'm Jock Stockton. Give me the dime, you on, I'm on a pick and roll. Lately I've been on the road, picking up and then I go. If you want, knock him down like dominoes. I just do this shit cause I be in the zone. And I'm bond like I'm Booker. I'm chilling with my homies, I ain't stopping till I'm booked up. I be ballin' like I'm Booker. And I ain't stopping till I'm booked up.
And I ain't stopping till I'm booked up. Stopping till I'm booked up. Matter of fact, I'm getting in the kitchen till I cook up. And then I'm rolling with a rook up. Matter of fact, I got these hoes cooking like a hookup. And I'm not here for no hookup. I'm trying to get my shit and I'm just trying to get my books up. Trying to get my looks up. Trying to get my crooks up. Trying to get my shit and then I'm singing with my nook up. And then my house is on the lake. And now I'm chilling here about a honey, about a steak. Matter of fact, she stated that she's rolling for the Jakes. But I don't give a fuck because I'm here. I'm going for the steaks.
We just spazzed out there.
And again, we invite you to escape the conventional.
That was very, very good, guys.
Very unscripted, man.
Oh, well, I mean, that was a complete freestyle on all our behalf. So, real freestyling, off the dome, no written bullshit.
This episode was strictly based off energy, so we're gonna wrap it up in a light where we're all gonna each end on a closing statement, starting from the far over there. Anything you want to say, anything that you have on your mind right now that you want to let out, let's just do that.
Well, first off, I want to thank you for having myself here.
Thank you
for always supporting me, for being who you are.
Thank you.
One thing I love about you, you're consistent.
Thank you very much.
I always tell people, I don't give a fuck what you do or who you are, but what I care about is consistency.
Right.
You've always been who you are. You know you're one of my best friends. He already knows that. Right. You're a great man. Probably going to be one of my best friends because I just feel at the time we're at in life, like all this stuff is happening at a certain time.
Together for a reason.
I appreciate you. I love you, Stu. I just met you tonight. We're with Stu at the Stew.
Yeah, we're at Stu at the Stew, Waterfront Studios.
Me is me. I had the bar ready. Me is me. You is you.
Hey.
I'm chilling at the party. Stu at the Stu with Stu.
Dropping
the bars there, but
that's right though.
But yeah, like no, I love you guys. Thank you for having me. Just everybody love each other. Try and be, as you were talking about earlier, be empathetic. My mom, I love you. Everyone else in my life, I love you guys. People who don't know me, I love you. And just spread love. We're here to go. So keep that in mind. We're all leaving a legacy with what we do. That's why you're doing this podcast. Like you said, your dad left a legacy, right?
Yeah.
You're carrying on that tradition. We support that tradition. We support the hustle. We know how prosperous you are and how you're going to be.
Thank you so much.
We always got your back, and whatever you need, We got you. That's all I have to
Thank
say.
you so much, man.
That's peace and love. That's peace and love right
That's
there.
peace and love,
That's peace
man.
and love right there.
Trigger, Trizzy, what you got on your mind, man? Let them know, man. What's up? What's happening?
I mean, just to give it off to the people, whatever it is that like, whatever it is you're passionate about, or whatever it is that makes you feel great when you do it, tap into that, funnel that, see how you can make that your everyday thing. You know, maybe if it starts off as a hobby, you know, channel it as a hobby. You know what I mean? Channel that, practice it, put the energy into it. Universe is going to notice that and it's going to start throwing things your way that you're really tapping into that. So whatever it is, if it's like writing, so what? Get into it. Love it. Do it. If it's something in sports, get into it. Love it. You know what I mean? Go into it fully and like really enjoy it. And if you can, or work on it, be empathetic. Try to understand where other people are coming from, because sometimes they'll say things and you're like, "That's stupid."
Yeah.
But then put yourself in that shoes where
biggest
tell
lesson.
tell someone something where you're like, "Yo, that pissed me off," and they tell you that's stupid. You'd be like, "What?" Then remember a time when you told someone that.
Yeah.
Then you'd be like, "Okay, I remember how that made me feel." And it was one thing too. I think there's one thing too. Like I like to say is this is 99% rule I have, where it's 33, 33, 33.
Okay.
Where it's like 33%. Kick it with the people that you can gain stuff from. So people that are you probably see as like a mentor or someone that's like you can gain.
They may be above you in any way,
You know what I
financially,
mean?
mentally, whatever, but that's
Wherever
okay.
it is, it's okay. You'll learn stuff from them.
Right.
Then the other 33%, kick it with people that, and let's say they're not below you, but you feel like you could teach them a lot of things. So maybe they could be your young boys, maybe they could be your young homies.
Like
You're
you can give
little
your
homies.
wisdom off to other
You know what I'm
people.
saying? You can start to see
Your
if it can
nieces and nephews.
Right. Yup, definitely. Shout out to my niece Nia. I love you so much.
Shout out to my
and all my
nieces
nieces
and
and my
nephews.
nephews.
My nephews, Delson, I love you.
Yeah.
My G.
We ain't got no babies. You guys are our
Yeah,
babies.
facts.
My little cousins right there.
Yup.
I ain't got no kids.
Yo, ladies out there, real bachelor, professor, single, young black entrepreneur with hold on, with no babies. That's prime. That's Wagyu steak right there, boy. That's that Wagyu steak right there, boy. That's prime time.
Yeah, you're like a lottery pick right now.
Yeah, chill.
Kate Cunningham.
I ain't got no kids either, but I got my girl, so
And I have a girl now too. So
there you go.
he's the number one prospect.
Like, and it was 33%. You don't put your time into people who you feel are going to be like mentors to you.
Yeah.
You can learn from. 33% to people who you can teach them something, and 33% into people that are on your exact same level, because then you guys can bounce ideas to make yourself grow.
Jeez, that's a
and make
balance
yourself
right there.
kind of, you know what I mean? So like, figure that out. See, like it's in your network. You know
That's
what I mean? Just
amazing.
like tap in, really see who your network is, and just like whether it's 1 week you kick it with people who you feel you're on the same level with, you guys can just bounce ideas like we're doing right now.
Right, yep.
Gravitating off energy, bouncing ideas, all of us in the room.
Yeah.
And then maybe the next week, maybe kick it with someone who's like your older homie, and just like, you know, just see what they're thinking and just get something that you didn't know about.
Yeah.
And then maybe the next week kick it with someone who's like your little homie or whatnot, or someone that's like you have this like under your wing. Just teach them on ones and twos just to kind of get them, you know, through whatever it is they're working through in the week, or maybe just an idea that like something you've learned that week that you can give it to them. Maybe it might not work for them that week. Maybe in 2 months they might come into something where that came up,
Right.
and that's going to help them. So yeah, spread that.
That's
Spread that
beautiful, bro.
33%.
That's gems right there. 33, 33, 33. I'm gonna start using that for me, boy. Thank you, man. That's amazing, bro. I'm glad you got that off. For me, my closing statement is number one. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you so
for
much.
coming up and for showing me love. It means a lot to me from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for the love you showed me, even with me and my family, and you know, with my father passing. Your love and your blessings means a lot to me. And my closing statement is, I think today we're gonna generalize the subject on like passion. We are very passionate about people. We're passionate about you know, showing love and giving love. We're passionate about arts. We're passionate about music. I think all that stuff happened organically today. Everything came out how I wanted it to come out. I was feeling nauseous. I literally puked twice before I got here.
Yeah,
Real shit, Stu.
Yeah,
it was
like-
crazy, bro.
Yeah, like I had a glass of red wine. I drove here, and on the drive here, I got feeling so nauseous, and that's like not me at all. We went to this Sloppy Joe's. I grabbed like a pound of wings and like a couple pictures, and like I went downstairs. I puked. Came back upstairs. We chilled. I had like another 2 beers and like 2 wings, and then I went outside and I puked. And I messaged my girl. I was like, "Yo, like I'm feeling nauseous." She's like, "Are you pregnant?" I was like, "Damn, I don't know."
I'm feeling nauseous, feeling tired.
Yeah,
I got the
But-
mornings.
But after the second time puking, I came back in.
You said you were great.
And I felt good. I took a look at 1-2s, and then we just, we vibed. So yeah, that organic, or that organic energy and that vibe, I appreciate you guys, because that's how it's been from the beginning. But yeah, find your passion. You're all reel it in. Find your passion. Find out what you're passionate about. Anybody, doesn't matter what age you are, but especially out to the youth, and even up to me. Like, I found my passion in podcasting, and I definitely feel like, it's just definitely something that I would always love to do, because I'm a big talker. So I feel like, you know what I mean.
You're a great talker, though.
Great talk, yes.
Thank you. And stick to it, remain disciplined. What I've been seeing is I've been working out, I've been remaining disciplined, I've been remaining consistent, and I've been just waking up every morning kind of feeling blessed. I'll put on a positive affirmation video or soundtrack on my Spotify, and I'll get my morning started off like that. Have a good breakfast, drink your water, work out. These are all things that make you feel mentally good about yourself. And then when you're feeling mentally good about yourself, you feel good, look good, play good. Deion Sanders, that type of mentality.
Prime time, baby.
Yeah, keep that going, and keep your circle, like you saying, the 33, keep that circle around you nice and tight. And if people aren't messing around with your energy, or if people are belittling you or looking up to you and saying, oh, you have this, like, just keep that energy away from you. Like, you just keep the people around you who are just uplifting you, and love each other, man. And I just want to really say thank you again, and God bless everybody. I really want to shout out my boy Sos. He's kind of going through something right now with his family, so I'm going to dedicate this episode to you, Sos, because he's usually sitting here right here taking photos of us. But he can't be here because he's just dealing with some things. But I love you, Sos, forever.
We love you too, Sos.
Yeah, thank you. And I shout out to my pops, man, and to all the loved ones that we have that are still here, and that we have lost. We're doing it for you guys, and love conquers all evil. I have it tatted across my sternum for a reason. So focus on that. And it's your boy,
R to the easy, Raida, formerly Rizzy, J-Rock, Ryan. Yes, sir.
And it's your boy,
Hank Scorpio.
Zizu Chalice.
And it's your boy GUAPO, Stu in the cut, man. This is episode 8, man. This game called life, man. You already know.
8 is infinite, baby.
Yeah, it's your boy GUAPO, and I'm here with my co-host PT, and we are Talk of the Times. As we wrap up today's episode, we are always looking forward to hearing back from our listeners, so please follow us on Instagram and all of our social media outlets at Talk of the Times with a Z. Follow our journey, download and stream now on Spotify, Apple Music, and all your podcast listening stations. This Game Called Life podcast, where we will be giving you game on everything from trials and tribulations, love, relationships, community growth, mental health awareness, and motivational affirmations. You only got one life to live. Tune in and see how we live ours.